get started, let's start with the one that we have. We need to move forward with, which is to check the security advisor and address conflicts. So whenever when I'm done with all these steps, these are the steps normally that I go through when I set up a new cPanel hosting server. So after turning off the updates, I also check on the security advisors, which is here. We can check it here. Let me show you here. Just check on this. This security advisor is where is an official recommendation of the cPanel team that you do for your server, and most of the messages here are helpful to your server, and most of them also are can be just a few clicks to be fixed or to be addressed. So as you can see here, Apache vhosts are not segmented. So what we can do here is, it is saying that enable this module here in Apache, enable jail Apache area. So I believe jail is related to the SSH feature, which we can manage here. So let's go here. So this is what they are saying. So let's see here if the message is still there. Just refresh it. And oops. Enable jail in the tweak area and change users to okay. So we need to first enable here, okay. And also here, this module. So we need to first enable this and to the right step. So this is the Easy Apache. So this is my current package that I am using. Just customize it, and then we will find that module maybe here, and then just search for it. So as you can see, it's already, let me check, enable. Okay, so it's already enabled, I believe. And then we need to enable the jail Apache, which is here, which is this part. We already done that. And then unaffected, okay. And then we go back to the manage shell, and here it's already done. So let's scan again, and as you can see, so that error, we expect that to be gone. So as you can see, it's already gone because we have addressed that one. So the next one is the add kernel free symlink protection. So just click on this. This is the free version of the kernel care. So we just need to click on this, and I believe this is just This is an automatic one, so as you can see here, ensuring that kernel care is installed, the free. So it might take some time, or just pause the video and resume later on. Oops, so it's already done. So let's see. So the next one is to add so this value here to our configuration file. So use the server's firewall to restrict access to TCP port, okay, or use. So we'll just use this one. So cPanel is saying that we need to configure this in our configuration file in our server, or we will just block this port to our TCP port, and we're gonna just do this, since I'm not familiar with this, although we can dig on it, but I'll always just do this whenever I set up my own server. So let's go and log into this log into our terminal. So I already am logged into my terminal here. I hope you already know how to log in with your server via SSH. If you're not familiar with that, you can go to my channel here and find in the playlist Make Money Online, or maybe cPanel. You can go here to the cPanel and then just check on this video here. There's a part in this video which I show you how you can log in via SSH into your server using a very easy client, SSH client, which is Bitwise, which is free. So you can do that. And so what we will do is to use the nano editor to edit this configuration file here, and then I'll just use my arrow down key to the bottom, and then just copy this value here and paste it. Okay, and then save it, ctrl-x, and then press yes, Y in your keyboard to answer yes, and then enter. So that will save, oops, that will save the edit we have done, or the changes. So if you want to check it out, let's check it again. So as you can see, it's already saved. So if you want to save it again, just use ctrl-x again, and then as you can see here, Y, just click on Y in your keyboard to answer yes, save modified buffer yes, and then click on enter. So that should save this, and if we scan again, this message should already been addressed and will be disappeared. So as you can see here, and the next one is to disable SSH password authentication. So this just means that if you want to just use SSH keys to log into your server, you will need to this is just an additional security protection, but normally you don't have to. We don't really do this. I believe password is enough. I always use long password, and I use password manager to make sure that I have saved any password that I have for any of my servers. If you have multiple servers, then. But if you want to, then you can just simply disable. I will show you how you can disable this, or you can just click on this link here to disable this one. And just make sure if you disable this, you are able to log in using a public key. And if you have bought your server from Contabo, they provide you initially with a password, and it is expected that you haven't yet set up your SSH public key and your private key within this server to access it from your computer locally or using the Bitwise SSH client. So if you want to do that, make sure not to disable this before you set up your SSH keys for the server through your local desktop. I do have, by the way, a video for that. You can check it out on my channel. Let me show you here. Here's my video. You can check this out. I'm not sure if this is the one. Let me see. This is. Oh, I haven't yet continued to set up the SSH keys, but maybe it will just set up. I'll just continue on the part 2 of this SSH course so that you can have an idea how you can generate an SSH keys if you haven't if you don't know about it for now, or at the moment, if you're not familiar with that. It's not really that important to use it, especially when you're new. Just make sure that your password is long enough. Like for me, I use 60 characters password, and I just save it using my Bitwarden password manager. So for now, while setting it up and you're following along with this course, just skip this for now, and maybe within this week I will set up, or I will create a tutorial on how we can set up SSH keys within your server to access it from your local device or local desktop, and have that additional security for your server. Okay, so let's just skip this for now. And for this, SS Direct root logins permitted. Excuse me. Excuse me. So this is also related to this. It means that you, I believe this is for your SSH. So cPanel is saying that you have to disable the root account login for your within your SSH for this server. So this is how you can do that. Just you edit the SSH configuration file, the same thing that we did earlier with a different config file, and then let me show you here. So here, as you can see, this is the file that we will edit earlier. This is the one. So nano is the editor, right? So just enter that one, and then let's find this one, permit root login to without password, then restart. So here you just find it here. Just use the arrow up and down to navigate, and then as you can see here, this is permit root login to yes. So we are doing, and cPanel said that you have to change it to without password or no. Okay, but we are using yes because we want to log in through the WHM through our password. There's actually a way you can log in via manually, then restart SSH. There's actually a way you can log in via root through your SSH, but using a different user. And if you're new and you're using you've bought a server again from Contabo, which is the provider that I do recommend, they only give you the root access right away. They don't set up. You will have to set up a sudo user for your own server, and it will be we will just it will need another tutorial for that, which is in this video. We will not go through for now. The same thing as here, we will just create a separate tutorial for that, and we will not going to address this too in this video, as for me personally, I don't really do this. I don't really address this. It's not that really important for me, unless I use unless I use AWS and other cloud servers that have set up sudo users for me already, and I don't have to set up my own sudo users. So that's just how I operate. So we will just exit on here, and I just want to actually let you know why and how later on. Okay, so let's just leave this as is, and we can probably, I guess, move forward to our next step. So let's go ahead and shade this with green because it's done. And then this is the next one, which is to activate the free plugins of cPanel. So see you in the next after my break here.